So now let's have sample problem 4.3. A loading car is at rest on the track forming an angle 25 degrees with a vertical. The gross weight of the car and its load is 5,500 pounds. Okay? And it acts at a point 30 inches from the track. So the distance from here going here, we have 30. Halfway between the two axles. So, ayan, in between. The car is held by a cable attached 24-inch from the track. So we have a cable here and its distance from our track is 24 inches. Determine the tension in the cable and the reactions at each pair of wheels. So what we have here is we have a cable at 25 distance from our track, and then the center of gravity is located 30 inches from this track here, no? And as we look at the picture here, if we try to trace the line of action of our force exerted by the cable, this line here, ayan, and we know that the force exerted by the cable is in tension and it's along its line of action or along the cable. How about these wheels? No? So if we trace its line of action, ayan, the force exerted by the ground on the wheel is somehow directed towards that direction. The same goes with the other wheel here, going to that direction. Okay? Our cable is somehow directed towards that direction because cable is always in tension. And our gravity here is always vertical, down. Okay? And it is at 25 degrees from the vertical. Okay? So if we try to trace this angle here, that would somehow look like that one. Okay? So as you can see here, our weight can be resolved into components. If we set our components as this one here, going downward is our positive x-axis, and towards that direction, that would be our positive y-axis, our weight here can be resolved into x and y component. No? So the component of our weight is somehow this one here and that one there. Okay? So its component is, since the magnitude of our weight is 5,500 pounds, this one here, the component along x-axis is 5,500 cosine 25 because the angle is adjacent. How about this one here? Along y, we have 5,500 sine 25. And since it's directed towards the negative y-axis, this should be negative. Okay? So if we try to solve for the components, we have 5,500 cosine 25. We have our x component as 4984 or 4985. 4985. So this one here, for sine, we have this sine. We have 2324. 2324. This one here is equals to 2324. Okay? So if we try to redraw or make an FBD of this figure, somehow it would look like this one here. No? So from the book, instead of having 4985 here, we have 4980. And instead of 2324, we have 2320. So if we follow our book, the same value, no? We have here 2320 and 4980. So having this FBD, what we need to do next is apply the three equilibrium equations. So from our equilibrium equations, we can use summation of forces along x, summation of forces along y, and summation of moments at any point. No? And we can replace any equation by summation of moments. So say for example, let's try first using summation of moments. Summation of moments. And one technique here is to apply summation of moments at a point where there are a lot of unknowns. No? A lot of unknowns. So looking here, at point G, 2320 and 4985, they are not unknown. At point A here, by principle of transmissibility, we can move this R1 here to this point here. Okay, this one here, our R1, and this tension here, by principle of transmissibility, we can move this tension here. So we know that R1 and our T here, they are both unknown. Okay, so we can use this point here to apply our summation of moment is equal to 0. No? So let's try summation of moment at point A, that is equal to 0. So what are the moments? So T and R, we don't have any moment at that point because it has no moment arm. So what we have here is our weight and the reaction 2. No? So for the reaction 2, by principle of transmissibility, we can move this one here at point B. No? So therefore, its moment arm is somehow the distance from point A to B here. Okay? So our force R2, its moment arm, we have this distance. So we have 25 plus 25, we have 50. And at point A, this force here would tend to rotate counterclockwise. So counterclockwise means it's positive. And then we have about this 2320, 2320. It tends to rotate this one here clockwise. So therefore, it's negative. And its moment arm is the distance from point A going perpendicular to this one here. We had 25. So 25. And then lastly, we have this one. By principle of transmissibility, we can move this force here to this point. And now, it has a distance. Here we have 6. Okay. So we have the moment arm 6 and the force is 4980. So 4980 times 6. And it's clockwise. So it should be positive. This is equal to 0. So solving this one here, we have our R2 equal to 1758 pounds. Since we have a positive answer to R2, our assumption that R2 is directed towards that direction is correct. Okay, so let's just box this one here. Yan. Next, let's try summation of moments at point B. No, we have summation of moments at point B. Positive counterclockwise equal to 0. So what are the moments at point B? So we know that R1 has no moment at point B. Okay? And our tension has no moment at point B. The forces that merong moment at point B, we have only R1 and these two here, the components of our weight. So let's solve. We have R1. The moment arm is 50. We have then 23220. By the way, we have R1. If we have the moment pivoted at point B, this R1 here would tend to rotate clockwise. So therefore, this one here should be negative. How about 232? 232 at point B here would tend to rotate counterclockwise. So we have positive, and its moment arm is the distance, perpendicular distance, this one, that is 25. And how about 4980? So we have a rotation clockwise. So we have negative 4980. And its distance or moment arm, perpendicular distance, we have 6 is equal to 0. So inputting that to our calculator, we have here our R1 equal to positive 562 pounds. Then lastly, since we already know R1, R2, the only force left unknown is tension. And our tension here is along our x-axis. So we can apply summation of forces along x-axis, wherein going that direction is positive, equal to 0. So we have here our forces. We have our tension here directed towards the direction is negative T. And another force that is along our x-axis, we have 4980 and it's positive. 4980, that is equal to 0. Therefore, our tension here is equal to 4980 pounds. Okay,